guys, welcome back to Tuesday Club for another exciting episode of Animaybe, the show where we make an anime, maybe. I'm one of your hosts, Eric,
I'm one of your other hosts, DJ.
and today we're gonna make an anime,
We're gonna
I think-
die trying.
or we're gonna die trying. It is still a fucking heat wave and a half here.
We're
The sun
having
is
a heat
down. It
wave.
doesn't make any goddamn sense.
A tropical heat wave.
I need a cool island song to melt my frozen heart.
Eric, what you got over there?
Ladies and gentlemen, today's genres are Superpowers and Harem.
Get the fuck out.
Okay, guys, little background.
We're gonna,
peacekeeping for you here. DJ has been fucking losing his mind every time we do genres that we haven't drawn Harem.
Well, because it's just it's like the anime trope. It's the anime genre.
It certainly is a anime genre.
It's like the one that there's the most of. I think there's more harem animes than there aren't harem animes.
I don't know. I feel like
Or
there's-
at least just as many of.
I think you're gonna have a hard time finding more of something than shonen, but Harem's is definitely in the top three.
I think harem is, even if it's not explicit, it's implicit in shonen.
A harem mechanic or facet or story device is not the same as it being that genre.
I know.
You have the look on your face of someone who pulled a Ray card.
I didn't.
Please read for me those 2-3 cards you've pulled.
I don't. These don't mix at all.
What an awful day to live in that world where they don't mix at all.
Okay, well, I have Robot Butler.
That doesn't.
Unlikable protagonist.
I don't think either of those have caused a problem.
No, these ones are okay.
For Superpowers or Harem.
Old world science.
I mean, that's like a Clockwork Butler, isn't it?
It doesn't mean like Clockwork World or Planet.
That just depends how much science we put in it. It's also Superpowers.
I know, but how do we mix old worlds? We have to do fucking Clockpunk and Superpowers.
Well, we don't. It doesn't even have to be like that. It could just be alchemists, like guys whipping around incense in balls, wearing plague doctor masks.
Can I re-roll this one?
If you put that one back, you have to draw 2, and we have to use them both. This is the new rule. Everyone you put back, you grow 2 more.
No, I will accept this challenge.
I sure hope that you don't regret it immediately.
Wait, what? Wait, no! No! Subtle in-universe racism.
Ah, lovely.
Oh, inept main cast member.
Well, now that we get to apply to someone else.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we have to use those,
None of those were +1s.
and because we have drawn the accursed card of Harem, we break the glass and we roll the dice for the first time.
So, Eric, explain to the people at home how Hat 4 works.
We have a hat that exists exclusively for if Harem comes up, and it forces us to choose the contents of your harem based on the hat. Yes, a hat just for that.
So wait, and the dice is 4.
The dice will decide how big the harem must be.
And what size dice you got there?
This goes up to 10.
So you got a D10 there. Okay.
Yes, I have a solid D10 here. I've been turning it to confirm that it is in fact 10 numbers, and none of these are skulls or bears or something.
Because you have those dice too?
No, just in case.
Okay.
All right, let's roll this dice. Are you sufficiently happy with the randomization of that dice roll, or would you like a much more elaborate throw?
I mean, you threw it inside of a hat.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's our thing.
I could roll it way bigger.
No, tell me what you got.
The number is 4.
Okay.
I think 4 is a good softball.
I was really afraid it was gonna say 10.
I think if it rolls less than a certain number, we re-roll it.
Well, yeah, if
And we
it's
could also
1, you can't have a
probably-
harem of 1.
Well, that depends on what other cards we draw from this hat.
multiple personalities.
I'm not saying that's possible, but
Guess what? Best girl is all of them. Just really whip that hat around.
all right.
Oh, it's my baby now?
I would hate to be accused of tweaking the results. So you're gonna draw
4 cards.
a card for each girl. If it's a +1, it is applied to whatever girl you're currently on.
There's +1?
There are +1s.
All right, well,
You should have probably done this one at a time.
Okay.
Do not put them back in the hat.
No, took 5
No,
out.
what I'm saying is when you pull it out, do not put it back in the hat for the next girl.
Okay. Foreigner.
Okay.
So one of them.
That'll go nicely with our subtle in-universe racism.
Oh yeah.
Girl number 2.
Bookish pervert.
Okay. Fine. That goes well with old world science.
Trap/same sex.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Tsundere.
Why did you draw 5?
I told you I accidentally grabbed 5.
Was the 5th one good? You don't have to say what it was, but
No, it was supernatural person.
oh, so like a ghost. Well, all right. Now that we've established
So we have a Hideyoshi, a person with blonde hair.
now hold on.
A
hold
pervert
on.
with glasses.
We didn't say this was taking place in Japan.
Fair.
So this is taking place in Japan, right?
Definitely.
Okay. So we have a bookwormish type.
Oh wait, well, so let's condense everything that we just did into one. So our genres are harem with superpowers.
A harem in a world of superpowers, correct.
We have an unlikable protagonist.
This is a harem. This is not news.
A robot butler. Subtle, in quotation marks, in universe racism.
Okay.
An inept main cast member. So that could potentially be one of our girls.
We could attach that to any one of the 6 characters.
6, yeah.
6 in quotes, because the butler can also be one of the harem options.
Could be an inept butler.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But they can overlap with one of the harem characters as well.
Foreigner, bookish pervert, a trap/same sex, and a tsundere harem cast member. Mm-hmm. I think this is that show, If I Break Their Flag or whatever, if their flag is broken or whatever, where it's like the person that literally sees like the romance like flags that people have.
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched that one.
I know you haven't. I don't know why I did.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a show I wouldn't watch, but I just haven't watched it.
It was a harem with a trap, and I think a foreigner.
Well, so is Another Crawling Chaos.
Oh yeah.
Turns out best girl was Haster all along.
No.
Oh, it was Haster.
Is Haster the trap?
Yeah.
No.
Ain't nobody else tried to save him from the Hounds of Tindalos. All right. Now that we've spent 10 minutes drawing the cards, DJ, spin for me a yarn of superpowered old world racism. Oh, actually, before we go any further than that, I have one question that's sort of important that I think we should get out of the way right now. Is the main character a boy or a girl?
That's a good question.
Not to be, heteronormative or whatever, but traditionally...
Want to roll that D10? Odds and evens?
We could do odds and evens for that.
Screw it. We let the harem decide how many love interests they have. Let's decide their gender with it.
All right. DJ, which one are boys?
Odds are boys, evens are girls. We got a 3. Odds are boys.
Okay, so it's your traditional bog standard harem then.
It's okay. What was it? We had a reverse harem with the dinosaurs with India.
That's true. So, I know harem is your secret one great love in life.
Don't put this on me.
I'm putting this on you. So please, I'd like to hear your world that this exists in. Okay, so we have old world science sort of implies we're alternative.
Oh no, I threw away old world science in exchange for inept cast member and subtle in-universe racism.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's a better trade.
Now, do you want to right now attribute inept cast member to one of the 5/6 people?
I want to put it on play that on Robot Butler in attack mode.
Okay, so the robot butler is now a malfunctioning robot butler.
But they just got a lot of charm. The really attracts the cast
Okay.
or the audience to them.
Now, is the malfunctioning robot butler a harem dark horse, or are they a outside harem cast?
I think they're because they're
Are they the unlikable protagonists, likable foil in the show?
that sounds fun, but I was gonna say like no, they're the one that's kind of just like trying to set up everything.
They're the Alphonse Elric.
Yes, yes, they are. They're the one that just like kind of like pushing all of the other all of our girls / boy, secret boy, into saucy situations with our unlikable main character.
All right.
Why is he so unlikable? Is he really arrogant? Like, is he like the main character of Kwee, where he's just like he can't read social cues?
So in a world of superpowers, is he the guy who has really good superpowers, or is he the guy who doesn't have superpowers?
Well, I guess that depends on if we want to make him subject to the subtle in-universe racism or not.
We could apply that to the foreigner as well.
Well, I was gonna say like, could they just be the haves are prejudiced against the have-nots are prejudiced against the haves?
Yeah, sure. The vox populi and the proletariat,
Yeah.
the bourgeoisie.
Yep.
Okay. Traditionally, when you're making a harem show, the protagonist is the one who doesn't have good powers
Yeah.
or have powers at all.
Yeah.
Or they're a Mary Sue. There's very little wiggle room. It's going to be a Rosario Vampire or an Infinite Stratus.
Well, I had no context or frame of context for Infinite Stratus.
It's the opposite of Rosario Vampire.
So the main character is really likable?
No, I mean like in terms of his abilities.
Oh.
Like he's absurdly capable. He's a Kirito.
Oh, okay, he's a Kirito.
But he's in robot pants. He's in a robot pants Gundam. Infinite Stratus is a weird show.
It sounds like it.
It's about robots, but you wouldn't know if I showed you a clip.
I would say I always knew it was a harem.
Yeah, well,
Didn't know it was about robots.
it's about robots.
Okay, we need to actually like
A real.
start taking a bite out of this steak.
That's why I'm trying to get the rules in place.
Okay,
Is the main character unlikable because he's a weakling or because he's an asshole?
he's a weakling.
Okay, he's a weakling. So he's not a superpowers?
No, he's not.
Now-
He is.
Superpowers implies like superheroes, correct?
Yeah.
That's more like
Or is it just like?
Supernatural is a different card, is my point.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah.
He's not
superpowers.
he's
They,
not a vampire, but he might be able to fly.
Yeah, I'd say he's not All Might, but he could be just strong. I mean, he's not our boy though.
I mean, it's a very weird combination because we got the harem card, but we didn't get comedy.
I mean, it's just because we didn't get it doesn't mean we can't do it.
It's
You
not-
told me
you're
that
right.
before.
It doesn't mean we can't do it, but I mean, like, I know for a fact that this card is in there with the word comedy attached to it as well.
Oh, harem
Which is
comedy?
why it's baffling we haven't seen it till now. So he's a weak boy, or he doesn't have to be a boy. We could make them not high school age. They could be working at the business factory.
I would say, or they could be in college,
Well, we could
and
be,
and he's just been dealing with all this shit his whole
we
life.
could be in like a super powered cops.
And then when his horizons get broadened once he reaches the wonderful world of Daigaku College, that's when he gets exposed to the foreigner and all these other archetypes.
or he enters a superhero cops workforce type thing. And
But because there's subtle in-universe racism, have-nots are not allowed to enroll in have college.
well, what makes him a have-not? Is it that he has a shitty power?
No, he doesn't have any power.
Or is his power a shitty power, which maybe resulted in him building a robot butler, like he's a Gaffet?
Or for a reference that people would get,
Royal Pain from the movie Sky High.
Or that, like, was it Demon Emperor, King Emperor, or whatever, the little kid, like, smart kid from One Punch Man.
Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah.
You could use that as an example, I guess. If
I
you
forget
think-
I forget what his name
People
is.
haven't seen One Punch Man. Come on.
Yeah, I say, no, that's not like that show's really popular or anything. It's such a dumb face.
What?
Baby.
What? Do you want that to be his, like, he has, his power is that he can build a robot?
No.
So you want him to not have any powers at all?
No powers at all.
But his dad built the robot?
Or maybe it's just, like...
Or he inherited the robot?
Because, like, no one likes him because he's not... It's so rare for people to not have powers. Like, it's, like, maybe, like, 1 in 10 that people, like, don't have it. Like, he got this robot butler, like, to one, take care of him, and two, like, be his friend.
It's his seeing eye dog. In a society where superpowers are so normalized that you need them to perform everyday tasks, he needed to have a disability robot to carry his super heavy groceries, because you can only buy oranges in bulk.
I didn't say it.
I tried to.
But the thing of it is, he got it on the cheap, and that's why it's so inept.
It's government issue. Come on.
He got, what was it, like Section 8 robots?
Yeah. He got his food stamps robot. It's made into checks boxes.
So stupid.
And these 4 stupid girls and boy are like, he's got a checks robot. I'm gonna get in on this.
I'm gonna get me some of that checks robot.
There might still be a prize.
Yeah, there might be a Chex Quest CD in one of those still.
Could melt that down, get 5 free hours of AOL. So there's superpowers are a major plot point of the series. So this is gonna have action or mystery, I guess. The girls have to fight,
They fight each other
or
over our shit heel main character.
or they fight villains. I like how neither of us are sure if we should call them villains, like antagonistic forces of this world.
Like I said, each other.
Well, that's kind of why I thought that it would be better as like a workplace
Well,
thing.
like you said, it's not so much like my and you didn't say this exactly, but it's not so much My Hero Academia. It's just like
I didn't
there's
know My Hero Academia at all.
I know you didn't, but there's not superheroes. It's people that have superpowers,
Right.
and just like everyone just kind of like the police basically are superheroes, but they don't use that name. They're just police. Mm-hmm. And they catch criminals who also, more often than not, have superpowers as well.
But they're not called supervillains. That'd be dumb.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
Okay.
So wait, is our boy just like... I know I said no to this earlier, but do you want, from what you just said, do you want him to be in, like, police academy?
I feel like him having a job makes more sense than him being at college.
Okay, then screw it. Let's
And I don't
They're
mean the job doesn't have to be like police related. I just feel like in a have-not situation, I think you're more likely to see them in the working force than in like higher education.
And that's what could put him in the position to like have people fawn over him,
to have
fall.
interactions with other people. How he gets like for other reasons, these characters could end up at the workplace as either people that are coming in like, hey, my shitty robot broke. Person who can't fix your own robot, or if it was like he worked at the police station, but he wasn't like a cop. He was like a desk guy. You know, there'd be an excuse for him to talk to other people.
I say, yeah, he's the one that does all their paperwork
Yeah,
whenever they destroy a building.
He's like the diversity hire at the police station. We needed a no madge. It's mandated.
Forgot about that word. That slur.
It's okay. J.K. Rowling is allowed to say it. Why can't I? But like the other cops like force all the paperwork on him. Like, you can't even throw a car. Do all the paperwork, please. So
Make yourself useful around here.
So in the process of doing the paperwork, he meets the bookish pervert who works in records. And I don't know, the foreigners might be a liaison.
Yeah, like they're the part of the Interpol that's working a case in their area.
Right. The tsundere is probably the person that you meet in the first episode, who's like the actual person he knows.
I was gonna say, is that like just like a regular beat cop, or is that the chief?
The chief? I don't know, man.
Or is the trap the chief?
I really hope it's not the trap is the chief. I think the chief could be a separate character from both of them.
Okay,
if you have a good reason why it should be one of them.
I'm just trying to make it more funny.
Well, we could add more characters. It's just saying.
I know you could have more characters. I'm just saying, like, I think it'd be funny if one of the love interests was above him.
In a world where he's being, sort of stonewalled in his career path and society in general, if his superior at work and someone who, if they're his superior, probably has good powers, is also creeping on him, that seems tonally inconsistent with the world we're trying to make.
Fair enough. Point made.
I'm not trying to,
No, I got you. No.
I don't want to take a hammer to your fan fiction, but I don't know if this makes a whole lot of nerve sense.
All right, so who are Tsundere's just regular beat cop and that works in the neighborhood?
Tsundere could be like just a regular cop who works in the department with him, but doesn't treat him like he's human garbage.
Yeah, it's just, or maybe she does, but
then
but it's not like she likes him or anything. Baka.
Right, and then eventually she realizes, well, he's unlikable, but
she gets really upset every time she sees him like going into like file his paperwork in the records room with the bookish pervert.
Right.
And she's like, "What are you doing in here?"
And not like
it's not like I'm checking up on you.
Baka.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we just have to figure out who the trap is.
Is that like the person that works at the desk next to him,
just
who is also a filthy nomad?
I mean, that's the $1 million question.
Or like they get introduced like episode 4 or 5, and like it's like, hey, we have another diversity arc.
Oh,
I really don't like that, but I like saying that, but
why not?
Because it sucks.
Oh, the reality of it sucks. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
But yeah, we hired another person to do paperwork. It's a filthy nomad just like you.
Hey, you weren't good enough at the paperwork, so we got 2 of you. You're okay if we call you by the same name, right? Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, all right.
Now this is a harem, but how scummy is it?
You mean like how risque are the situations they find themselves into?
Sure. I'm thinking like 60% of this show happens in workplace harassment style shenanigans.
I would say Love Hina-esque.
Oh God.
Taking it old school with that one.
It's threw up in my mouth a bit. That's probably unrelated.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, it could be like Love Hina levels of
it's like
sex perverts.
Yeah, I say it's not always really bad, but sometimes it gets pretty bad.
Look, man, sometimes you have a spear and you're just running past someone, and somehow time and space bends that the spear gets caught in just such a way
that it pulls the top off of a woman.
And I realize you were 5 feet away from her when you were running past her, but the narrative situation required nudity every this many minutes. So the space folded in to remove those clothes.
Yeah.
Some would call it fate.
Isn't it weird that the same guy that did Love Hina also made it, what was it, Negima?
No.
I know.
No, it's not.
It's not weird at all. It's almost like they're the exact same show.
It's consistent, I'll say that.
Yep. I say, dude has an archetype, and he likes to fill that one.
Here's a philosophical question for the listeners. Which one of those shows is creepier? Think about that. Think about it really. Like, really search your soul and be like, well, now one of these is kind of overt, but then you look at the other one and you're like, wait a minute. The longer I stare at this, the more I start to think I shouldn't have ever looked in the first place.
It's like, one of them is like a young boy flirting with high school girls. The other one is a grown man flirting with a bunch of grown women and 2 like middle school girls.
I don't know if
And then if you watch the special OVA, there's a 3rd middle school girl.
I don't know. Flirting seems
That
a bit
he
strong.
also thinks somehow he made the promise to it when he was a child, if I remember right. It's like,
fucking
you're like 8 years older than her, dude.
Unravel.
Fucking put it away.
Unravel that in your own time.
All right, back to this. This isn't Baka no Mamoru.
So now we don't need like a really strong plot, do we?
I mean, it's a harem. No, of course not.
I mean, the whole narrative arc is.
I mean, it could just
racism
like you said,
bad. This guy's pretty cool, even though he's not.
Yeah. Well, it's like, he's really jealous of all, like, the first couple episodes. He's like, maybe that's what makes him so unlikable. Is that like,
I wish I could just throw one car. I don't even need to be able to pick up 5. Just one would be enough.
yeah. Like,
All I've got's a stupid robot who listens to everything I say, even though he has a mean joke about everything.
he's just a shit.
At least he does it. And yeah, he's got a spatula for a hand, but who does? That's what you're trying to get at?
More or less.
Okay. And then slowly the girls come around to like,
well,
what?
maybe he comes around too, because it's just like
He comes around to it's okay
like
to be normal.
maybe he like says something to like Tsundere, and she's like, "Hey man, chill the fuck out. Like I'm not doing anything to you. Like I'm just like trying to like do my job, like make the world a better place. Blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh, you're right. I am being an asshole."
Right, and then they come around to like,
And then she's like, "Oh, he realizes that he's being an asshole.
maybe
The dump.
maybe betas are cool.
What year is it? Sure, they're cool now.
I mean, that's how style works eventually. Sometimes I feel like we should be wearing fedoras when we're recording.
You're absolutely right.
And like, a lot of the stuff we say as a joke.
Oh yeah.
But just like when he even the joke just now is like,
Yep.
Should definitely been like, "M'lady."
Oh no! I just threw up in my mouth. Probably unrelated.
So I guess an important question to ask. This one's going to be a little longer, I think. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Depends how much of the we cut out. Is there going to be a decision by the end of this? Does he make a choice? Is this one of those shows, or is it one of the myriad other shows where it's like, it just ends with everyone jumping in the final scene and it does a freeze still?
Yeah, as he's running
As
away,
the police
he's running
station
out
is
of the
burning
police
down.
station. Because he burned it down because he was sick of everyone else in the
No,
department.
not
being
like
a shit.
maliciously, just like as an unrelated thing in the last episode, there's a fire that gets set and everyone forgot about the fire.
Was the last episode the curry episode? And it turns out like after everyone like made their curry and they had their hijinks, shitty butler came in and like, "Hey, I made curry too," and it turns the door opens behind him and then the kitchen's on fire in the police station.
Yeah, just like that. You've nailed it.
Why do you make me feel so bad every time you say that?
I don't know.
You always say it in such a way that I feel like I said like the shittiest thing ever.
I mean, that's not the worst thing anyone said in this episode. You know how many times we said nomad?
Too many times.
Bunch of filthy muggles. I sure wish J.K. Rowling would tell us what the Japanese slur for people without magic is so we could use that. And then in my head, a couple ideas came in, and I was like, not saying those. So does he pick a girl at the end, or is it just like jumping into this air, running away at the end? Does he pick a boy? It's the current year, after all.
I mean, that basically happened. It did and didn't happen in Baka and Test. He was constantly confessing his love to Hideyoshi.
Yeah, but we're not making a Baka and Test episode.
No.
But you're right. There is precedent that can be how the show ends.
Should we roll the die again? I literally can't decide whether we decide or not.
No, I don't think we can let the dice decide that for us. If we can't decide, I think we go to jumping at the end.
Jumping at the end. Yeah, if we can't decide, how can he?
If we can't decide, how can he? We have fully functional brains.
Yeah.
Should we be fleshing out the harem characters? We absolutely should.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now let's establish. So Tsundere is the first one introduced.
Yes.
So first girl, best girl argument.
Yep. Or first girl, worst girl argument.
Pink hair, bitchy attitude. Her sleeves are just too long.
My blood pressure is rising.
I can tell. She's got enough character traits at this point. I think we've had enough of her being developed, just being like Bubaka and telling him that it's not all about you.
Yeah.
Like she's pretty standard, just like
Well, no.
sick of your shit.
No, and because she's like tomboy, typical whatever tsundere.
Right. She's the
And
sister from Dexter.
What?
She's the sister from Dexter. Just smile and nod. Right. So next character.
One thing, since the next character is obviously bookish pervert, you just said that tsundere has really long sleeves. I think really long sleeves goes to bookish pervert.
Okay. The long sleeves thing. I was just making fun of you.
Okay. Wait, why?
Because that's just a joke you kept making in the other episodes.
I did?
Yeah. Whenever clumsiness came up, you were like, "She's got really long sleeves," and he trips over him.
I think I only mentioned that in Beetlejuice Over the Trench.
Yeah, but you remember it now.
Anyway, listen to that episode.
So bookish pervert.
Okay.
In what way are they a pervert? Because I think there's really only one way to be bookish: have glasses.
Yeah, they have glasses. They're those glasses that have like those spirals in them, so you can't actually see their real eyes.
Shit, is this a fucking '90s anime that we just uncovered? We just mined this out of the mud of India, the country.
Not your son.
Not my son.
You're not mining that son.
No. That's a very weird sentence.
Yes, it is.
I wish you hadn't said it.
Same here.
Because now my brain is trying to figure out what that means. Just cut that whole part out so no one else has to think about it.
I will.
So,
because obviously I'm editing.
So this is a '90s anime that we mined out of the mud of like Pakistan.
Yes.
Okay, so
that's exactly it.
There's a lot of '90s foibles in the design.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So she's got
their faces are real. Their mouths are really angular whenever they smile.
Fuck. I don't want to do that. So she's got the swirly glasses and probably has like the really sheened top of the head with like the braided hair.
Oh, the braided hair that goes really just absurdly far out the sides.
Or it's just long. That would work too. Okay.
She got purple hair. Obviously.
I mean, it's black, but it's purple because it's anime.
Exactly.
Right. We know this.
We know this.
Green hair is brown. Pink hair is auburn. It's fine. There's a chart. One of these days, we'll do the part where I teach the class about what that stuff actually means. Anyway. So how is she a pervert? Is she just saying lewd and lascivious things?
I think whenever she hears normal things...
She mistakes them?
She mistakes them for something that completely different.
Okay, so like an exchange between tsundere girl and main character scumbag occurs as they're going to evidence, and she hears them, and as she leaves, tsundere leaves. So I mean, bookish pervert asks the main character, like, "Do you really just fucking talk about that shit in the hallway?" And
how could you? Like, don't you realize what you're really saying?
Yeah, just her face is all red. She's got that huffy breath.
The huffy like cloud breath. She's just breathing out clouds.
The angle changes from like a high angle where you can see the swirls to a low angle where they're just like white discs of destructive force.
Yeah, you don't see the swirls; they're just like solid white. Just
right,
like,
the angle changes,
almost like they're glowing.
The light hits them, and it's just a glow of pervert energy.
Oh, this is '90s anime.
It sure is now. So, do you want to go any further on her, or do we?
We're good.
Okay.
Foreigner.
Go ahead.
She's blonde.
Mm-hmm.
She talks with an American accent.
She has gratuitous English.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
That's like my favorite part of My Hero Academia, I think. The fact that he just occasionally just says, shit.
Yeah. But they're in Japan, so he can say that.
Yep. I really wonder what they say in the English dub. Anyways.
Probably the same thing.
Foreigner, though. The band.
Yeah, so it's urgent. Does she work there, or is she a person who's been having...
Oh, no, she's Interpol, we said earlier.
So she's like a liaison on her own type.
Yeah.
So she's got good magic powers. We haven't even talked about their superpowers.
Oh my god! You have those cards, so that's why I forgot that they're even there.
So remember, everyone but the main character and the robot had to have superpowers.
Tsundere.
She could probably breathe fire or something. I don't know.
Wow, read my mind. Bookish pervert. Real smart.
I feel like it should be a pervert power, like invisibility.
Okay.
But like not like it can also like if she was like in the situation where she and the main character are in an enclosed space hiding, it can make him invisible as well. So things that she's touching are invisible. That way her clothes aren't visible when she's invisible.
God, if we're just now getting to the superpowers, so this is going to be a nightmare to edit.
I've just scienced out the entire nature of the power. No need to give me too much credit for it.
I'm
okay,
not
now
going
the
to.
Foreigner's power has to be an American superhero power.
So she's really strong?
That could
Or
work.
she can to make herself very big?
I think strong is better than big.
Okay.
Or maybe she's fast.
You don't want it to be a giant woman!
I don't. I don't.
Alright, so she's really strong.
She's either really strong or really fast.
Trap.
Really strong?
Oh yeah, Trap is a filthy no match.
Or maybe he just has a power that like is
That's latent.
like it's not like a power that you can like explain what it is. So
He
it's
has,
like
he has
not
the
having
power
a
to pass on powers.
He's Wonder Boy from the Tenacious D song. He's got the power to move you.
With mind bullets?
No, that's Young Nasty Man.
Oh yeah.
He has the power to move you.
It's
Emotionally.
telekinesis, Kyle.
It's Levitation Holmes. Maybe the police chief is Jack Black.
Or is the police chief Inferno Cop?
No. We don't have the trigger card. If we had the trigger card again, absolutely.
It's Jack Black.
It's just Jack Black.
Have fun drawing that.
I'm not gonna. Don't worry about it.
Do we need to go into any hijinks that they get into?
What, the trap?
Any of them?
I just assumed that with the trap it was locker room chicanery.
Locker room chicanery, alright. Foreigner? She's coming on to him hard.
Oh, she's coming onto him hard, and neither of them understand the implications of the social situation that the other one comes from, so it's not translating at all.
Hey!
I think that may be too good of writing.
I mean, it's also like... That's so 90s harem.
Yeah. Remember back when there was... I can't even get the sentence out. Remember back when there used to be subtlety in harem anime writing?
Nope.
Well, there used to be. A little. I long for the pure old days of Fruits Basket.
Oh, that's you. I was like, what 90s harem are you talking about? Because I was like, the only one that's coming to my mind at this very second is Tenchi Muyo, and that is not this. Are you like debating whether or not Tenchi Muyo is harem?
No, I was trying to think about whether or not you would count Sailor Moon as a weird sort of side harem story. Because everybody's creeping on Tuxedo Mask.
I guess. But I wouldn't call it that, though.
Except for the one character who knows who Tuxedo Mask is, and that's why she doesn't creep on Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why would I creep on Tuxedo Mask? He's my dad. Like, wait, what?
Wait, is that...
Shut up. I don't want to spoil Sailor Moon for anybody.
You think you just did?
I didn't say who the character was.
You said Tuxedo Mask is their dad.
Yeah, that's a very late revelation, and you don't even know who the character is. You have to get through like 60% of the show to even figure out that.
How much of Sailor Moon did you watch?
I saw all the original Sailor Moon.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I actually always meant to like actually sit down and watch that.
Just go watch Crystal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was Crystal good? But it looks ugly though.
Yes, so does original Sailor Moon.
I mean, it looks better than Crystal, I think.
No, Crystal looks better. Not in the first season.
The second season looks better?
It looks better.
It's like Crystal S or whatever?
I haven't watched Crystal, I should say that. But I've seen what Crystal looks like. And I know the art style.
I watched the first episode, I was just like,
the art style is much more taken directly from the books.
I know the books.
And the story is much more directly from the books. It's not as...
Guess how much I care.
You should care a lot.
Why? Is it better?
She has the most acting talent of everyone in the class. That joke is so... doesn't make any sense. Just like the we're cousins joke doesn't make any sense. Why do they make out like that? They're cousins. Hey, localization team, that's not better.
Wait, what?
there's like 8 or 9 Sailor Scouts.
Yeah.
And in most of the show, you only see 5 of them. So there's 2 that show up at the same time, and they are in a same-sex relationship. And there's a point when they're like hanging off each other, and someone is like, well, why do they always hang off each other? And their answer in the English dub localization is they're cousins. And it's like, dude, that's not a better answer.
It's not what cousins do, bro.
Than just like, yeah, no, we, you ever done arts and crafts? You ever had more than one pair of scissors? Like, it's not, like, granted, who they were explaining it to was like, there's no way to explain this well to them. Anyway, that's not important.
I think we got it.
All right.
I mean, it's a harem. Like, how deep do you want to get with the plot? I don't think any story ever gets really that deep. Go on.
No, I didn't have an answer to go deeper into the plot. You just kept saying, how deep do you want to get? And I really wanted to make a hand joke with that.
Damn.
I guess I could have made a JoJo reference. Just, how deep do you want to get? To quote part 6 JoJo, balls deep. All right, DJ's pulling the name card.
Yeah, this one we just get 1. 2+ word.
2+ words. That's so fucking easy. Okay. Well, it's...
Go on.
Well, we definitely don't have like a you must be this tall to ride limit. I guess is what I mean when I say it's easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 2 words to describe this show. So they're working at the police station. We don't have to address the fact that it's a harem. Most harem shows don't call
Love
that.
security.
Most don't call that out in the name. They'll have like heart or love in the name, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is sort of interesting in and of itself. Okay, so I have a bad suggestion. What if it was like romance police?
Isn't that literally what I just said?
Is it? I wasn't listening. I was too busy trying to figure out how to like get the computer to.
Yeah, I said like love police or something, or like police love or
Oh, you said like love security, didn't you?
something like that.
Do we want to mention Superpowers?
Oh yeah, there were superpowers.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Gridman.
Is that what that actually stood for?
Shut up. That's close. I don't know if it's exactly right. Ray would know for sure.
I know it. I think Ray did tell me that before. I think you hit the nail on the head.
I may have hit the nail on the head. Unfortunately, we can't name our show that as a result. We didn't even name anyone.
Talking about what's called Tsundere, what's called Bookish Pervert.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We got asshole main character. We got a dumb checks box robot.
We could call the robot Checks.
There, we got a character name.
All right, so it's. Do we want to use superpowers in the name in any way? Superpower, superhuman.
Sure.
Thanks.
You're looking at me like I have any control over this.
I'm
like,
just asking you a yes or no question if you want to fuck with it.
Fine.
Okay, so we fuck with superpowers in the name. So, superpowers, police, word that is a pseudonym of romance. We need to find the correct combination of those 3 things, and that's the name of the show. It has to be at least 2 words, but it can be more.
What's a romantic word that starts with S? Or love word that starts with S? Can you just do superhero whatever squad? No, that doesn't work because they're not on a squad. Shit.
I mean, some of them can be in the squad. He's not.
Explicitly
Or
not.
he's the guy who, when they take him out, he's the guy who's in charge of the tape. Officer of tape. Well, to answer your question, seduction?
Superhero seduction squad.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the show we made.
Nope. Get a lot of buzzer use this episode.
We don't have the correct trope card to use just the word sex. But skinship's a bad word just anytime you hear it or use it. Let's avoid that one.
I say my skeleton just walked out the door when you said it.
Yeah, imagine if I'd said it while making eye contact and had a creepy face.
2,000 years later.
Precinct? You could do superpowers.
Love precinct.
Superhuman Love Precinct. That sounds like a porn studio for X-Men. You alright? You okay over there? How you holding up over there, sport? You look a little more broken than you should be by that. Little too tickled by that little joke there, I think.
It's just like
The musing factor of it was that.
the fact you're musing at it. Yeah, that's what got me.
I bet. Do you want to use the word precinct though?
I like precinct.
I like the word precinct too.
We're so dumb.
I guess it could just be like superhuman precinct.
That's like a vague enough title for a 90s anime.
And then like a heart emoji.
Yeah.
Or well,
like
it wouldn't be
superhuman
emoji back then, but there would
heart
be a heart.
emoji precinct.
Superhuman heart emoji precinct.
Okay. I can live with that.
I say that way it's not actually said, but you know it's there. Like, oh yeah, this has romance in it.
Hey DJ, is this how you thought this would go the first time we got your favorite card?
No. I'm really upset by this.
It's funny how that works.
Eric, would you watch this?
Oh, like today? No.
Would you have watched this like maybe 10 years ago?
Yes, 10 years ago, before anime was good, I would have probably watched this.
Wow. Hot take.
Am I wrong?
Before anime was good?
Am I wrong? Like 10 years ago, this would have been like decent quality.
Oh no, 10 years ago, I 1000% would have watched
That's what I'm
this.
saying. Like if this came out today, I'd be like, no. I would watch.
I have Kwee to watch
I have to rewatch Kwee.
and muse on how 3 is the best girl.
Let's not get into that in this episode.
I mean, you just find out in episode 2.
And then every episode after that.
Yeah, it just reminds you. Sign us off, Eric.
Well, this has been another episode of Animaybe. If you listened to this whole episode,
Thank you.
Bless your face. Bless your poor face.
I say I promise I did my best to edit this and make this even remotely listenable.
We will we're going to try harder next time that card comes up, because I know DJ really likes talking about harem stuff, and I am also
Don't make me sound like a sex pervert.
Let me finish my fucking sentence, you sex pervert. And I also think there's a certain charm to that type of storytelling. So, really, what I'm trying to say is it's the card's fault, not ours. But
it's only our first time.
if you have ideas that should go in any of the hats, please leave them down in the comments. Or just if you have a comment about who you think is best girl of this story.
Or just best girl in general.
And what you think the best racial slur for Japanese people without superpowers is. I'd love to hear that as well.
That's getting edited out.
Oh, leave it in. Leave it in. But yeah, that's about it. Do you want to throw anything in there? Your favorite slur, maybe?
I'm really partial to No Madge now.
He's really turned around on that whole magical racism thing. Well, good night, everybody. I hope you had a truly magical time.